Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Charles with the latest edition of Charles Snyder Raw. It's unscripted, unfiltered, and for the most part, unedited versions of whatever I'm thinking about, facing in business, how I'm working around problems, and so forth. So the main theme so far this week has been about the problems I have been having with my Seagate drive, which took a crap. I lost a lot of data. Been able to recover almost everything with the exception of 4 videos and a couple articles from last week that I was working on. Bummer. Guess it is what it is at this point. It doesn't change moving forward how things need to go. So what am I thinking about today? The biggest thing I'm thinking about is last night I seen a video in my news feed on Facebook from Will Smith, who was talking about self-discipline. It's a short video. I'm going to actually post it in our Facebook group. So if you're not a member of the Facebook group, make sure you get signed up for it and get approved for it. You can check out that video. It's an excellent, excellent video from Will Smith talking about self-discipline. And essentially he says that 99% of the people are not willing to do whatever it takes to get the material success that they're dreaming of. And it's a very it's very eye-opening because what it immediately made me think of my niece, who I love very much, that, you know, she has this whole, like, the millennial generation mindset of everything should be given to me. She wants free education, free college education, wants free health care. She wants free. She wants, and before she actually got out of high school and went, she's in her first year of college, she had worked for a fast food restaurant, and she believed that she should be making $15 an hour to flip burgers and take orders, which is absurd. But, and I'm going to kind of polarize people here a little bit, and I just want to preface with saying that I'm not a racist. I don't give a shit what your skin color is, how you spell your name, how you talk. Well, okay, maybe a little bit of how you talk. But I don't give a shit about your nationality and your race. You're a person just like I'm a person. I judge people on their actions, what they say, and what they do. So, with that being said, I'm going to polarize things a little bit here, which, hey, if it hits a little close to home, then, maybe there's some merit to it. But Will Smith stated that 99% of the people are not willing to do whatever it takes to achieve the material success that they want or that they dream of. And I agree with him. I want to take it a step further and say that your level of self-discipline directly correlates to how much material success you have realized. And that was a hard realization for me to come to. But anyway, back to my niece and this whole thing, what this has to do with her and this girl at BK Industries. My niece, when she was in high school, right before she left for college this past fall, she was working the window and she wanted a raise, she wanted a promotion, and she was very discouraged with her job because my niece, obviously my niece and myself and, well, for the most part, all my family looks Caucasian. My father's side is definitely, European in descent. My mother's side is mostly European. There is some Native American in there, and but most of it is all European. So I don't look at all Native American. In fact, it's back, like 3 generations, I think. So, anyway, I don't give a shit about your nationality. I don't care about your race. I don't care about the color of your skin. My niece, the Caucasian, is working with a girl. And I'm going to say, the girl's African American. It's not saying that all African Americans are like this, because I know some African Americans, dark-skinned people, brown-skinned people, whatever you want to call them. They're humans to me. They got names. I call them by their names. So I don't give a shit about that. She worked with this girl who is of a different nationality, different skin color. And the girl apparently wasn't doing her job. And my niece was upset because she was forced to cover for this girl whenever they were working together. Now, both these girls, my niece and this other girl, were making the same amount of money. When it came time for raises, this other girl got a raise, my niece didn't. And my niece was very upset about this. And before that, like I said, she was all about the free college, eliminate the 1%. Everyone should make the same amount of money and everything. So this is the same person complaining about making the same as or less than a girl that does, a portion of the work that my niece was doing. So in the back of my mind, I'm actually kind of amused about all this after, the past several years of listening to my socialist leaning niece come to the reality that socialism doesn't have anything to do with fairness or equality or basically any of this other warm fuzzy stuff that some of these Democrats and liberals will have you believe. So whatever your beliefs may be, here's how it all comes full circle. So my niece was ready to quit her job, and after she talked to her parents, my sister and brother-in-law, and she talked to me about it as well, because I can be rather outspoken, even with my family. I tend to be rather outspoken when I believe something, and there's some contradiction there. But anyway, she complained to me about it, and I tried to, it's my niece, so I tried to, explain things softly to her, and the bottom line was she finally got to the point where she was just so frustrated with it, and everyone telling her, to just kind of like hang in there, and my niece finally came to the realization, whether she realizes it or not, she finally got to the point where she was so fed up with it that she, made a snap decision. It was emotional to defend herself. And she stated rather emphatically that it wasn't fair. So in the back of my mind, after, thinking about all this other crap that she has been spewing, that has been rather prevalent around the younger generation, yes, I was kind of chuckling in the back of my mind, thinking, okay, kid, now you're starting to see what the real world is like. And I put my hand on my shoulder, and she looked at me. She was rather upset. She looked at me straight in the eye, and I said, so you are a conservative after all. I don't think she realizes the full extent of what I said to her in that moment, but I know she realized enough that she felt embarrassed, because I seen her face get red, and she stormed off. She was still upset, and I hadn't done anything to actually assuage her anguish at the moment. But that kind of brings me back to what Will Smith was saying. 99% of the people are not willing to do what it takes to succeed. Which brings to mind the images, that we've seen on the Clinton News Network, CNN, with all their BS and lies that they've been spreading, as well as some of these other that you see on, like New York Times and, a lot of these other socialist leaning newspapers that, people are rioting, people working at Starbucks are demanding $15 an hour to serve you coffee. People at Burger King and McDonald's are rioting and striking to get minimum wages raised up to $15 an hour. For what? Because so you can stand in McDonald's with your liberal arts degree with no real value to the real world and demand $15 for flipping a burger? Get out of here. Get off your lazy damn ass and get a better job. Get something that do something that helps humanity. Liberal arts degrees don't help humanity. Flipping a burger doesn't help humanity. You want to make more, do more. Be more. I'll leave you with that. I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care what your nationality is. If you want more, be more. Do more. It's as simple as that. Love, peace, and chicken grease.